Ah, look at the camera. Look at the camera. You're not looking. Look at the. Look. Look right there. Hey, Bella. Yo, look how big this dog is now. Look how big she is, my Bella. Look at my big. Oh, she's sleepy. Well, want to look at the camera? Huh? Show people how cute you are? Huh? This dog has grown so big. 2 weeks. She's like doubled in size. Hey, puppy. You sweet? You my sweet Bella? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I guess I should have expected that from you. Look, you want to show them how cute you are? No, not doing it. Not doing it. There you go. All right, you go rest. So that is Bella plus 2 weeks that we've had her. Um, she is 8 weeks old. 8 weeks old now. I'm telling you, she's growing. All right, so quick story time. I have kids. All right, and when I put my camera on to start doing the broadcast, it noticed it was a little, kind of grimy, whatever, and I was like, why does the picture look kind of funny? And then I remembered, oh, that's right, I have kids. So I'm pretty sure one of them got some kind of, probably, stuck their finger in there when they weren't supposed to. So I'm hoping it kind of looks okay, but, you guys let me know, all right? One other thing. So I bought my daughter these little math blocks, okay? I don't know if you can really see them. It's kind of bright in the camera, I guess. So anyway, it's supposed to help them do math, whatever. And I was going to use them for my show and tell tonight, and I thought they would be in a place all together where I could find them. And I asked my oldest, like, "Hey, Maddie, where's your blocks that I was going to use for my video?" She said, "Oh, they're here, there, and whatever else." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I asked my wife. She's like, "Oh yeah, they're everywhere." So um, this is a lesson on video preparation. Okay. Make sure that you have your visual aids actually squared away before you start the video, probably well in advance, and make sure they're all put together in case you can't go find them. Um, because I cannot find 10 of the same color of any of these little blocks. But that's okay because we're going to get started. All right. So I was doing a financial coaching session the other day, and this illustration kind of came to me because we were talking about inflation and debt, and a lot of people don't realize that those are really the silent killers of your financial stability. And I'm going to use these little blocks to hopefully illustrate that. It came to me as a visual aid. I hope it works. You guys let me know if it doesn't. All right. So we're we're going to pretend that this is all of your income right here. All right. So these yellow and white at the end, okay, these blocks are all of your income, all right? And we're going to say these are percentages, all right? We're going to say these little orange ones are inflation, okay? So these little orange ones, all right? If I were to have 100 of these blocks, every time you get paid, every time you make a dollar, I take 3 blocks away, okay? So, well, that's what inflation is by percentage. It's about 3%. My personal opinion is that it's on the rise, but off the top, okay, no matter what anybody does, you are losing 3% of your income. And that may not seem like a lot at first, right? It's like, oh, it's 3%, right? It's like, okay, well, would you just give somebody $3 every time, you got 100? If you got, every time you got paid, would you go hand somebody 3% of your check? Like, oh, maybe not. Okay, but that's kind of the silent killer that we don't really see. Is that every time we get paid, 3% of that goes to inflation, just poof, gone. Okay, that's the devaluation of our dollar. All right, so it's kind of like, again, if I had 100 of these, all right, every time you got paid, I just took 3 of those off the stack. Boom, gone, done. Nothing you can do about it. It doesn't even go to anything useful. It's just gone. It's just the devaluation of the dollar. All right. But now let's get into the debt piece. Okay. Credit cards, mortgages, truck note, car note, ATVs. Whatever vehicle. Okay. Those have interest. That interest is a percentage, right? Okay. So, what percentage is your credit cards? 2%? Okay. So, I'm sorry, 20% most of the time. Okay, it's around 20%, unless, at least the ones I've seen, maybe you got a really good deal somewhere, right? So, here we go, all right? So, this is your total income, all right? Kind of look like a samurai. Okay. All right, just having some fun. So, here's all of your income, okay? And guess what interest does? Just takes two blocks right off the top. Okay? Now, you are at 80% of your income because you have at least 20% of your money going away in interest. All right? Some people's interest debt burden, so to speak, is higher than others, some people's lower. Okay? But if you add up your mortgage, your credit cards, whatever, a lot of people, they don't realize that their interest rate that they're actually paying is actually kind of high. 10 plus percent, 15, 20%, especially with credit cards. If they have a lot of credit card debt, you're easily talking about 20% off the top, okay? Now, so the reason it's so bad, okay, is now instead of just 20%, it's now 23%, okay? 23% with the inflation. So not only is interest killing you, it's the inflation that's killing you as well. Inflation is always taken away from you. But then we go jump into debt. We go jump into loans we shouldn't get into. Maybe we're just not financially educated enough, or maybe we're just, we have the shiny things disorder, okay? And we just go sign our lives away, and then look, then we're only dealing with 80% at the most, right? And then, okay, maybe we're lucky enough that, our living expenses are, I don't know, let's call this, I like the four walls. Let's call this the four walls. So, housing, rent, whatever you want to call it, and then clothes, utilities, stuff like that. Okay. So now look, now we're down to half. All right. And then probably easily 1% for gas, as much as people drive, right? And that is Bella. Oh, poor thing. So I'll be there in a minute, Bella. So that's another percent, right? So now we're down to 40% of what we're living on. And then maybe take away another 2% for food and whatever other expenses, okay? And then we're down to 20%, all right? And then, God forbid, but some kind of medical emergency comes up, all right? And that's one more block off the top, okay? Then you're down to 10%. And if you're living in the margin of 10% error of your income, that is dangerous. That is really dangerous because it doesn't take much for that final 10% to go away. Okay? So I just wanted people to kind of get that in a nutshell, and I was kind of hoping the aid would help out a little bit with that. Because we don't realize that these things are hacking away. They're hacking away at our income. They're hacking away at what we do. Maybe you're like me and you've been working, maybe you've been working for a long time, maybe you make a lot of money, maybe you don't. But then you look up one day and you realize, like, I'm working this hard, I'm making all this money, I've made all this money, I've been working for so many years, but what do I have to show for it? And then you kind of look around and you wake up and you realize, like, well, shoot, I don't have anything to show for it. And a lot of times it's because we put so much money into, interest. We put so much money into retirement, and we put so much money into inflation, and we haven't done anything to account for that. But then, we, that is really distracting. Sorry, Bella. Um, Totally lost my train of thought there. Oh my. So then we wake up and we realize, like, hey, I don't have enough. And, what do you do about that? So a lot of people, especially with the financial coaching world, they tell you, basically cut your expenses. Okay. And that's great. That's really good. Sometimes you can, trim the fat off your expenses and start knocking out your debt. But to me, you can only cut so far. You can only drop your expenses so much. Because you still need a car, you still need gas, you still need a roof over your head, right? So, at some point you get down to bare bones and then you can't go any further, right? Well, then if you have this mountain of debt and this mountain of inflation and this mountain of interest, it's going to take a long time to get over that. And that is why I'm such a big proponent of home-based businesses and income streams. Because with home-based businesses, you get the double effect of an extra income stream and tax credits, things you can write off on your taxes. So you start getting the money that you're paying in taxes. That should have been a block in itself, right? And easily a two blocker there, right? So some of that 20% in your taxes you get back because you can write off those expenses as a home-based business. Plus, you get the additional benefit of an extra income stream. And then you couple those two together, and then you can really start knocking out debt and really start knocking out the things that you owe. And then with the inflation, I'm going to do another video on this, on just strictly inflation with gold and silver and stuff, because really I should really call it tangible assets. So like real estate, gold and silver, metals, you know, maybe some collector's items, things like that. But those are really the things that you can do to help out with the inflation piece of it and try to get back some of that 3% that you're constantly, losing to inflation. It's kind of like the little silverfish or whatever. They just come in and they eat it away, or moths or something. They just come in and eat it away. Then you go to wear something, or you go to read something, and lo and behold, it's all eaten up because of these things that you didn't even know existed that are, just eating away at your finances. Um, so again, didn't want to make this video super long, and apparently I need to take Bella out. Poor baby. So I just hope people realize that, when you couple inflation and with debt, that is just a double whammy. If you think you're getting a good deal on 6% interest, well, guess what? It's actually 9% that you're losing because of inflation. You think you're getting a good deal on, 2.5% for, a house for real estate or whatever, but that's actually 5.5% because of inflation. Okay, so inflation, and if you start getting bigger loans, that inflation piece is big because that's it's percentages, right? So anyway, I hope that illustration. I'm just thinking about the dog whining in the background. I'm curious to see what it sounds like when I go replay this. And maybe I'll do another one like this. Maybe I can actually get 10 of the same color and make it more accurate, I guess. But I hope people realize that, we always have inflation that's killing us, and we have debt that's killing us as well. So we got to do something that handles both, and that's where home-based businesses are key. Um, and that's where KingGold's coming in. I'm actually launching soon the Gold team, and that is people that partner with me in the stuff that I'm doing with home-based businesses. Um, and that's going to be really a community of people that are running and working their own home-based business, and we can help each other run our businesses and talk about, like, I wrote this off my taxes, and I know this CPA, and I did this on this website and it really helped out. um, there's a lot of good things coming. So anyway, I'll just leave it at that for now. So have a good night. See you guys later.